Meat City, baby.
Hello and welcome back to Meat City Gaming. JD here with another episode of Battle Bites here in World of Tanks. And man, it feels like it has been a minute. And it has. Where have I been? What have I been doing? Well, took a little break from World of Tanks and made my way through the dark depths of Dark Souls 3. Really enjoyed that game. Gave me a nice little vacation from World of Tanks. Completely different playstyle, completely different game. I really enjoyed it. I did kind of a quick walkthrough video series for that game on my NG Plus, my New Game Plus playthrough, where I kind of blitzed through, grabbed as many of the items as I could, and fought the bosses. And so there's no commentary running over that, but if you're at all interested in how that game works, or how it's laid out, or what the boss fights look like, feel free to check those videos out. But now that I have completed that game, I got my 1000 gamer score in it, I'm back to World of Tanks, and boy, there's a lot going on. So, first of all, this is the T57 Heavy. We're in a Tier 10 match. This is an encounter on Westfield. So we've had some time before we get into position to talk for a little bit. Of course, on Westfield, if you're going to get into the middle anywhere, either to the far B2 area or into the town, you've got to climb the hill, and in a heavy tank, that can take a little bit of time. So what's happened since I've been gone? Well, there have been a couple of cool announcements. We've got the Halloween event for 2017 coming up, the Monster Mash event. We will certainly be covering that with a video. The old monsters return along with a couple of new ones, so we'll take a look at those when we get some more information. And there's also been a post or two floating around, something on Reddit and I think on the official forums, that mastery badges have been recognized as being broken. This is something I talked about a while back. I made a video or two about this topic. Feel free to check my channel for those, where basically I was trying to make the point that it felt like the requirements for ace tankers were too high. They weren't being calculated correctly. Had some back and forth with Wargaming, didn't seem to get anywhere, but looks like it's confirmed and they're working on a fix. So really excited about that, and we'll have some more details, of course, as they come out. So we've finally gotten ourselves into position here. We're at the top of the hill, and we are grouped up with some of our allies here, and we're going to try to win this first important position on Westfield. Whoever can take this position, secure their side, then the top of this little hill, and push over, you can then start to pressure the enemy team. You can poke over the ridge. You can choose when to engage. And the T57 Heavy is such a good tank for this. We are pumping shots into the M103. This tank can really reward sometimes aggressive play, sometimes smart play, sometimes good team play, because it can allow you to put yourself into a good position and then really quickly deliver a punishing strike to the enemies. This tank comes equipped with a 4-shot autoloader, 120mm gun, and here we go, we pop over the ridge, and we did have one ready, so we were able to finish off that American heavy tank there for our second kill. Each of the shells in this 4-shot magazine can do 390 damage, so you're talking just shy of 1,600 total damage in the clip, and that's awesome. So now we have a couple shots left in our clip, and the STI, the Russian heavy tank down there, we put one into the tracks. We weren't able to penetrate the tank. That is one of the weaknesses of the T57 Heavy. The standard round penetration is a little bit low. We're talking about 258 millimeters of penetration, and while that's fine, most targets you'll be able to engage, or you can find their weak spots frontally or side angled. Armor, heavy armor, you're going to have a little bit of trouble with. You can load a premium clip, and that goes up to 340 penetration. That's heat ammo, and that'll get the job done on pretty much any tank that you're firing at. But because this is a 4-clip autoloader, you need to carry your ammo in multiples of 4, and if you fire off half a round, half a clip, you can be stuck with some awkward ammo loadouts at the end of the day. So we're engaging this STI. We put one into his lower clip. We have loaded the heat rounds here. This is a really tough target to get through when you're facing each other, when he's angling his armor effectively, as he was able to do there. So the heat clip there makes sense, gives us that extra little oomph to get through his armor, and we're able to take out that tier 9 Russian heavy tank. And now this is just how you want Westfield battles to go, especially the encounter mode. Sweep up to the north, capture the hill, eliminate any resistance on the other side of the hill, and then you can start to push down into the town. And once you do that, you can use the buildings for cover. Hopefully you get line of sight on the far ridge, kind of where my gun is pointing right now, that D0 line there, C0, D0, E0. There's a lot of bushes over there on the far side of the bridge where the enemy teams, especially the tank destroyers, like to hide out, and the artillery likes to hide in trees up on that hill as well. You get eyes on them, you can spot them, then you can poke out from behind the house, fire off some shots, and pull back into cover, and they can't really do much to you themselves. So look here, you can see the entirety of the enemy team is over there. They're all lit up. We can have our chance to shoot at whatever we want. I take one shot at the German artillery, the tier 10, and then I pull back because I was lit up for a couple of seconds there, and I had to come out kind of with my side exposed, and I did not want to take a bunch of hits. This is a close game. It was 7-7 as I was poking out there. We did secure 2 kills, so we're up 9-7, but if I take 2 hits in the side from those tank destroyers on the enemy team, then most of my hit points are going to be gone. So we take one shot, we pull back, and this tank's pretty good at all that. It's a little slow reversing, but we weren't poking out too much there. We stayed close to cover, and we were able to deliver another strike, and after that, we put in a couple of long-range shots, and we end up at 4 kills for the match. So we're doing great. We're in the cap, or close to it. One of our allies is in the cap, so we're putting the pressure on the enemy team to come to us. And I love this tank. It's so much fun. I'm not a heavy tank player, but this doesn't play like a heavy tank. It plays like a brutal medium tank. And one thing you want to keep in mind with this tank is trading. You want to trade effectively. Like I said, you have that 4-shot autoloader. You have 1600 damage. Each shot takes just about 2 seconds to come out of the clip. So you can do 1600 damage in like 6 seconds after firing your first shot. It's crazy. So ideally, you want to take 1 hit, or none, of course, ideally, but hopefully 1 hit in return for your 4. So you take 400 to 500 damage and you dish out 1600. You do that 3 times, you've got more than enough health to do that. You've had a really good game. You get one of those clips in for free, you got 4 clips of damage out, you're having an awesome game. You can really, really impact the outcome here being in this tank. You need to be careful early in the battle. You can't really lone wolf it early on because, like I said, you have 1600 damage, but after that you've got a long reload. So if you come up against 1 tank on full health or 2 tanks together, you can do your 1600 damage, but then they're going to pump out the damage while you're reloading. So be aware that this tank's power grows as the battle progresses. It gets stronger and stronger because the tanks you're facing have less and less hit points. They've fought other tanks, they're weaker. You run into a tank with 800 hit points, you're going to win that engagement. Bang, bang, 2 shots go out, and you're going to survive and you're going to win. So looks like we have this game wrapped up. I'm on 5 kills. Just the enemy artillery is left. We've got 2 shots left. I had loaded my heat round. I'm not going to go for the reload because I really want to try and get this artillery, and I don't want to be stuck on the reload if the artillery pops up. We've got a medium tank scouting for us. He must be in the back. There he is. Can we get a Top Gun? Long range shot. Yes, it goes in. Oh, but it's not enough. Are we going to be able to secure it through the building? Boom! There it is. Top Gun. 6 kills in a tier 10 vehicle. Great game for me, for my allies, all around just good teamwork, solid outcome, and you gotta love when a game like that goes your way and everything kind of clicks and goes well. We used our positioning effectively, we used our trading when we had to, we pushed aggressively to eliminate tanks when we could, and we get rewarded with a victory for the team. It's a 2nd class mastery badge. 4,000 XP, just a little bit under that. That, of course, is doubled for our daily bonus. And I think one of those missions in there, one of those ops, probably gave us a little boost as well. Oh, nope, they were just points for the event that was going on. So, a really good game. 3,200 damage, 6 kills, and another 2,500 assistance damage. We did do a little bit of assistance there as well. Shout out to One Via 1117. Great game in the TVP T5051. Man, I really want that tank. If I could wave a magic wand and give myself 1 tank in the game, it would be that one. Great game there. And also Torin in the Conqueror, tier 9 tank, British heavy tank, 5,400 damage. Well done to my teammates. Games in the T57 Heavy. If you have a good game, it's usually because your teammates had a good game. You can lone wolf it in this tank and get lucky, but usually your strength is to play well in a little pocket, in a little team. Use some heavy tanks to take some hits, use some medium tanks to do some damage, and then you can go in there and really do a powerful hit and then go to your reload. So looking at our stats, we can see we fired 19 shots. 16 of those hit. Good accuracy on this gun. It's .35, which is decent, and you have a good crew. You can of course improve your accuracy there in the shots that you're taking. 12 of those penetrated, again, 4 non-penetrations, and you can expect that when you're shooting at heavily armored targets with standard ammunition. All in all, a really good game, positive outcome. We made some silver, had a great time. This was my first tier 10 tank, and if you're thinking about pursuing one, it's a great one for the fun factor. It may not be thought of as the most competitive tank. People may say the E5 is a better tank all around, and it probably is, but I go to this one when I want to have some fun at tier 10. This in the bat chat. I mean, the bat chat's a whole nother level, but this video is about the T57 Heavy. Really enjoy it. Hope you guys did too. If you did, please feel free to leave a like. And as always, you can subscribe to Meat City Gaming for more World of Tanks content. It's coming, guys. If there's something you want me to cover, if there's something you want to see, let me know, and we'll get to it in the future video. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.